So, HelloWater is obviously a fiber-infused water line. Fiber is perhaps something which is maybe not the most intuitive functional ingredient in terms of, caffeine or something like that in terms of its effect on consumers. So, I'm just curious, how do you guys sort of talk about fiber? How do you sort of communicate this ingredient, which is like a key aspect of the brand?
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. It's not the most common one, but it's the one that's the most needed. When only 3% of Americans are getting enough fiber on a daily basis, we knew there was enough white space that we had to do something to bring this ingredient, which may not be the most sexy ingredient ever, but make it fun, make it a modern delivery system for fiber, let people know that they can enjoy it. There's no taste, there's no texture, there's no odor, it's not heavy. It's just a really convenient way to get it. One of the newest things that we did this year is we put prebiotic on the label. So that really appeals to another segment of the crowd that is looking for something that they may have not recognized as fiber, but the prebiotic does it for them.
Now, with an ingredient like that, and as you mentioned, it is something that people need on a regular basis, do you guys sort of emphasize as sort of a complementary drink to people's normal hydration, or is this meant to sort of replace the bottled water that you might normally have, or how do you sort of position it to fit into people's daily routine?
Yeah, I mean, it really starts with taste, right? So half of our audience really just enjoys it because of the taste and says the fiber is, I know it's healthy for me, I need it, so great. The other half looks for the fiber and says, I need this, I know I'm not getting enough. We put in about 20% of your daily recommended value in each bottle. We don't want to be all 25 to 35 grams on a daily basis, but if we can complement a little bit, I think that helps a lot. And there's so many benefits for fiber, right? So for you, it might be to lower cholesterol. I'm not sure if you have high cholesterol on that.
Don't out me on the live stream.
For some people, it's to suppress appetite. There's a lot of different benefits, and I think it's our job to get that message out there and let people know that A, it's really good for you, and B, this is one way that you can, really convenient way to get it.
Now, is that something does it make sense for a brand like you to sort of emphasize there's the science behind it and sort of bring in nutritionists or that kind of thing, or is it more just about, how do you communicate to the consumer itself?
Yeah, and this goes to my co-founder, Rusty Jones. From the start, we wanted to make it a lifestyle brand. So we really want to make it fun. We've seen some of the most successful brands out there be a little less more science-based and fact, which is why we're not called Fiber 2.0. We're HelloWater, and we can stand for this. And just make it fun, make it a lifestyle brand. And again, we don't have to stay in the fiber category. That's some of the exciting things that you'll find out in 2020. We've got some innovation going within our current product, within our current packaging, within our current ingredients, always trying to make them better and better. And then we've got some innovation coming outside of the fiber category, still under the HelloWater umbrella. So we're really excited. 2020 is going to be a breakthrough year for us. We've come a long way. I remember sitting here with you 2 years ago in this very lobby, and we had about 100 accounts, and we had one distributor and a lot of hopeful optimism. And in the last 2 years, we really just put our head down and stayed really focused. We're in over 6,000 accounts now, including some of the largest retailers and best partners in the country, being Walmart, being Target, being Kroger. We built the team with area sales managers on the ground, with a marketing director, and cheers to the team. They're doing a phenomenal job, and we're looking at 2020 just expanding that.
Yeah, you mentioned that sort of you guys have expanded to a ton of major retailers, and I recently heard that you guys are going to be getting on board with the Nestle Ready Refresh program as well. Sort of what kind of opportunities does that open up, and sort of it seems like that's a great way to sort of really integrate this into people's daily routine.
Yeah, and we're really excited to partner with one of the country's largest water companies, obviously, and they're going to make a big announcement in Q1 of next year. We're kind of letting the cat out of the bag here a little bit, but to be partnered with someone like that, they've got over 1 million different subscribers, whether it be an office or just consumers or a high rise, and the education that we can give each consumer to convert them to try HelloWater and then continue to buy it, I think it's just a phenomenal opportunity. So we're really excited to work with them.
Now, you guys it's a great company to talk to because not only are you're appealing to a broad range of demographics, and we saw it earlier this year with the launch of the sort of the kids-focused product, a tough category to crack, tough sort of line to walk in that. But what are some of your learnings from your experience in launching the brand and that particular category?
Yeah, again, kids we're really about making an impact, right? We're making an impact on so many adults right now, and I'll give you a quick story. On our social media, a gentleman from Pennsylvania just chimed in and said, I absolutely love your waters. I buy 20 to 30 waters a week, and it's helped me lose 110 pounds. So when you hear things like that, all you want to do is make a bigger impact. So we decided, hey, we can make an impact on kids as well. A lot of the time, a lot of kids these days, a lot of families, they're very busy. They're eating processed foods. They're eating convenient foods. There's very little nutritional value, and fiber is extremely important for kids, just as it is for adults. So we ventured in with a great partner at Walmart, and we did a hellowater Mini, which is an 8-ounce version of what we have now. Great for lunch boxes, great for snack boxes, and one of the hardest parts to your question, the challenges is being able to hit a price point that families will buy, right? And being seen on the shelf when you just have one SKU. So I think it's shelf space, it's price point. I think we definitely got it on taste. Every kid that has tried hellowater thinks it's a juice and raves about it, and we couldn't be happier because we're allowing parents to have to give their kids something that is all natural, has no sugar, and tastes great, and they have no idea that it's not good for them.
Well, you sort of alluded to some innovations, and I know you're maybe not ready to share everything at this point, but I guess, going beyond fiber, as you mentioned, I guess what are some of the guiding principles that you guys use for, what makes sense for a hellowater innovation, as you go forward?
Yeah, it's just really listening, right? So when we first started, we launched and then we listened. And you look for patterns, you look for what people are saying, especially on formula. Is it too sweet? Is it not sweet enough? Do we want this flavor? Do we want that flavor? I really think it's listening and being in the market and having kind of your ear to the ground. The consumer's going to tell you what they want. A lot of the times, I get an intuition of what I should start formulating next, and then we go out, as they said today, in some of the talks, is you go out, you make that prototype, and then you continue to feel it, and then all of a sudden you're just going to commit, and that's exactly what happened with hellowater. So, yeah, we're excited to be in fiber. It's definitely what got us in the game, and we realize that we want to continue to evolve on that line, but also evolve on a couple other lines too, different functionalities.
Now, you and Rusty have done a great job sort of putting together, as you mentioned, a great team around you, investors, advisors, that kind of thing. And there's certainly a lot of people, I think, here, early stage entrepreneurs sort of looking for guidance and how to sort of build that team and sort of what things to look for. Do you have any sort of, based on your experience, do you have any sort of guidance or advice for early stage brands when they're looking to sort of build that team of investors and advisors?
Sure. Early stage brands got to create some kind of success story, some kind of sales story, albeit it could be 5 stores, but you're just crushing it in those 5 stores. It could be 50 stores. It could be a new distributor took you on. It could be a new retailer took you on. You've got to have that success story in order to get them interested. And it also pays to go with investors that believe in the brand, right? They understand it. They want to be health and wellness focused. They want to get behind it. They know they're doing it for a good reason. It's nice to do that, and it's nice to just find one investor that's willing to take a shot on you, and then grow a little bit, and then start reaching out to their Rolodexes and start to grow kind of with them.
Yeah. And what about the the internal team in terms of building out staff and sort of what are some of the priorities that early stage entrepreneurs should look for? Should be sales, marketing, or what kind of things in terms of hiring people to bring in?
So we do work with quite a few brokers, and I think our most valuable people, in addition to those brokers, are our area sales managers and our marketing director, because it puts everything together, right? You can't just. My advice would be you can't just put the product on the shelf. You've got to have an execution plan before you even go talk to that buyer. I know how I'm going to promote it. I know I'm going to get it off the shelf. I know I'm going to grab some area sales managers to build huge displays. Target, one of our best partners, gives us 30, 50 case displays all the time, end caps, and we're still relatively new brand, only 2 years old roughly. So to get that kind of love from a major partner like that, that's what we look for. So they're hardworking, they're driven, and we don't micromanage them. We know the results. We set the standard of what kind of results we want out of them, and they just go ahead and crush it every day.
So you guys have, as you mentioned, been on this crazy growth trajectory just from a couple of years, just adding crazy amount of stores. What after that rapid growth, what do you sort of set your expectations for this year? Are we going to double, or what do you kind of expect?
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be double because we had such an explosive year last year. Definitely could, but we know. For instance, in Q1 we have over 1,000 new stores coming on in Texas in the Southeast. We want to do it strategic. We want to build our distribution as our velocity continues to build as well. There's no reason for us to build distribution if velocity decreases. It's a losing strategy. So we try to do it smart. We don't want to. It's less about accounts. It's more about the right accounts, but still continuing that distribution in that platform, because as we become known through social influencers and things like that, which is a big strategy, we want people to be able to get it going down the street and grabbing it at the grocery store or their C-store or something like that. We don't want to necessarily, have to make them buy it online.
Sure. Tom, it was great talking to you.
I'm too, Marty. Always great.
We're going to see you again in a couple years and with even more growth, so it'll be fun to catch up then.
We appreciate all the support.
Awesome. All right.
If you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe. Ding the bell and you'll know when the next one drops.